I think we should officially start this interview. My name's Doni Brasco. Welcome to People of Interest. This is a person of interest. She goes by the name of Saloni. I've been playing her song Rani as my Doni's big one.
Hey, this is Saloni and I'm jamming with Doni Brasco.
No question about the title. Don't. It was a great idea on a Friday night when I was with my mates. I thought, oh, Doni, you could have a big one. I'm like, what's a big one? It's a tune. So yeah, we've got a big one. If you've not heard it, I don't know what you've been doing it. We'll probably get a live rendition of it at some point during this interview. Don't mind my eyes. One's closing automatically because the sun's killing it. I didn't bring shades. I'm not cool enough. She brought shades. But she still needs to cover the eyes as well.
It's very, very powerful today.
Saloni, thank you.
Thank you for having me. How are you?
You trekked to come down and see us.
I mean, everything's worth it, you know? And loved your stuff, so I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
I feel really guilty now. I'm glad the sun's out to greet you here as well. But thank you, it's a pleasure to be here. Talk to me about Rani, because I've heard your music before, right? And even when I met you at an Asian Tones event. I think it was originally you performing at that event. And I heard you, went in. And it was the first time I met you. I'd heard of you before. Because I think Bilal was promoting you a lot. I think you've done a song together.
Yeah.
So I know Bilal for a long time. And he came up to me and goes, brother, you need to hear Saloni. She's like banging. She's singing in Bangla. This girl is sick. So I'm sitting there and I loved what you guys came out with. Beautiful R&B vibes. Beautiful, wicked, right? Bilal's really good at what he does. And then I heard Rani. And I sat there, I'm like, what's happened to this girl? This is crazy. And that's kind of where I want to go. I want to know, where's Rani come from?
Rani is, I think, very different to what I've usually done. All my music has always been about, empowerment, striving for your dreams. That's always been like a bottom line for a lot of my music, just because I feel like I relate to that more than anything.
That's the person you are.
That's the person I am, just someone that wants to, go for her dream, strive, and I want to inspire all these other, young people to, go for their dream. But Rani, when Farooq first sent me this beat, I was like, this beat is hard. It's like proper bad beat energy. When I heard it, I was like, Raja Kumari, really like boss beat vibe.
Boss.
And so I was like, okay, this is perfect. And the second I heard that, I knew what the theme was supposed to be. Like, my music has always been about empowerment. I mean, there have been some love songs in there, blah, blah, blah. But bottom line, I've always wanted to be like an empowering sort of brand in a way. And when I heard this song, I just knew that this is what it should be. Like, this should be the start of something bigger.
So what was it a case like? Did he just send you one beat?
He sent me a few, I think, but this one stood out to me. And initially, this beat was actually taken. And I was like, man, I really like this beat. And he was like, I'm so sorry, we'll try and find another one. And then somehow,
Why would he play it to you if it was taken?
Maybe
Farooq. What, teasing like that?
Teasing, but...
Can we mention who wanted to take it?
I don't even know myself, so I don't know. But yeah, so we waited a bit. That's why we didn't immediately go with it. He was sending me a few others just in case that one was fully taken. And then nothing happened on the other end with that beat. So he was like, what, I'm taking it back. Let's do this to the song. And that's when I was like, okay, there's a reason for this.
Sick.
So we were just like, okay, we love it, and just the gem came out of that.
I was saying to you off air a bit earlier on, the hook is crazy.
Thank you.
The hook is crazy. It's moody.
Yeah.
It's moody. There's heavy 808s that Farouk's very known for. With all his mixes, his productions. I know even the slime beat that he done recently that he dropped out. Very heavy on his 808s. And it was interesting because I was like, how's this R&B girl? I was being rude here. I was like, how's this R&B girl going to sit on this beat? And you came in with the mood. Look at you now, you're so smiley, really radiant. Where did that mood come from?
Yeah, I can't lie, doing the video, I was like, would do a take, and then I'd start laughing, like, no, this is not what this song is about, I should not be smiling, but I'm such a bubbly person. But eventually, I got in, I think...
Straight back, shoulders.
Yeah. No, I think it was a challenge, I'll be honest. When I first heard the beat, I was like, I love the beat, it's so hard, I definitely want to do it. But thinking of a melody, like a chorus melody or a verse melody, I was like, this isn't my genre. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Right. But working together with different people, just coming up with that melody. We came up with the melody after sitting together for a while. And we're like, this is it. This is the one. Sent it to Farooq. He loved it. And we just kind of went from there.
That's mad. That's mad. So you got the song, right? Got the tune,
Yeah.
wrote the melody,
Yeah.
boom, put that down.
Yeah.
Then you come down to recording it.
Yeah.
What happened with the video then? How did that happen? Because the video is another level.
Yeah, the video is another level. I had a vision. I had a strong vision in my mind. I was like, there's a reason the song is called Rani. Like before we even started writing the lyrics to the song, I was like, the song has to be called Rani.
Okay.
Because I was like, it's giving Queen energy.
So
like,
as soon as you heard the beat, you're like,
yeah,
Rani.
Rani.
Right, done.
Yeah, I definitely. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like I labeled the beat Rani on my drive before we even started writing to it. But yeah, so I knew that was a thing. So when I think of Rani, I'm like, okay, it needs to have like, you know, royal throne crown
Right.
sort of thing.
The
And I was
gold.
like, yeah, gold. And I was like, we need to make this in a way that it doesn't look cringy. And I was
Yeah.
like, I don't want it to look cliched just
Yeah.
with like a girl wearing a crown.
Yeah.
But I think everything pieced together. I kind of put my vision across to Akash, who did the film by Akash, smashed the video
Smashed it.
completely, put my vision across to him, and we were just kind of going back and forth on loads of different ideas. It was actually Farooq and Akash that brought up the idea of having like a G-Wagon and dogs. That was not in my plan.
Yeah, the gangsters, isn't it?
But gangster
The dogs.
vibe, yeah. But that was also a funny thing.
What would happen if they said, like, hold the dogs and
Oh,
stuff
they
like
did,
that?
but I did hold the dogs.
Yeah, oh, jeez, there you go.
Yeah, Farooq has a big fear of dogs, which I didn't know at the time. And
Really?
yeah, you wouldn't think, right?
And you wanted the dogs in.
Yeah, and I was like, wasn't it you that wanted the dogs? And he was like, yeah, but not me holding them.
That's a mark of psycho-ness. Okay? That's why his beats sound like that, man. It's
Yeah.
tap to that boy. Oh, that's crazy.
But when the dogs came, and everyone was like, do you want to hold it? And I was like, I may as well, like, whatever. I held it, and then I immediately regretted it. I was like, wait, why have I done this?
No, but they must be fully trained dogs.
Yeah, but they were barking mad.
Oh, serious?
But it was fun. It was a good
Oh,
experience.
man. Yeah, like, I didn't imagine it was like some local, yo, bro, you got a dog free. It's happened. I've been at music shoots where like,
Yeah.
yo, bro, can I borrow your dog?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I don't want none of that. So this has been mad stuff. The video was absolutely awesome. Akash, you said, done the edit as well.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
everything.
he smashed
You know,
it.
really good grading. Everything's really good. And I love the fact that you've got some really natural scenes in there as well
Yeah.
to break it up. Because I felt like, when I was watching it, so I watched it with my housemate,
Yeah.
right? Shout out Viru. He's a very simple kind of guy. You know, so he'll just give one word answer. So he sat there and he's watching it and he does his thing, right? He sits at the table, we have a breakfast bar.
Yeah.
He sits at the table, he's on his phone, and I put something on just to see his reaction. And if he likes it, his eyes like this. And he stops and he watches it and then he looks at me and goes, it's a good video, bro. That's all he said. This is a good video, bro. Fully stopped in his tracks, and that was his feedback. So
Okay.
it was really cool, and it was nice to get someone who doesn't actually listen to the music kind of get their feedback, and I felt proud.
Oh,
I
no,
felt
no,
proud.
thank you. Say thank you to your flatmate.
No, man, it's like, you know, it felt proud because you've come in here and you said to me, you feel old,
Yeah.
right? I look at you, this is old, yeah, this is old. You're, again, I think maybe this is my naivety, but I used to regard you as quite new into the industry. Then I went onto Spotify. I was blown about when did you start releasing?
I mean, I started releasing music in general when I was about 16. So 2017 was my first EP.
Jeez.
Yeah, so I released my first EP in 2017, but that was like full-on pop music,
Right.
just English.
Right.
I didn't touch my culture much in that. And then again, I released my second EP in 2019. Again, was purely English, no Asian sort of touch into that, because I don't know, I used to keep my identities quite separate, especially because of like, you know, I guess when like the kind of school life I had, it was like kind of embarrassing to be brown sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
And so I didn't, but I always knew that deep inside, like I'm clearly brown.
Yeah,
like I was born
yeah.
and brought up here, but I have such a strong South Asian heritage.
We have to go for a growth, I think.
Exactly, and I think
brown
this is
people.
my growth was mainly after I left school, went into
Right.
my year out, and I was just like, you know what, I need to bring both my identities together because I don't feel true. Like the music I was making was definitely true to myself in
Yeah,
the sense
it's
that like
what
the
you're
words
into.
that I was what I was writing was very relatable to my life at that point. But I was like, I need to bring my full-on identity to this, and that's when I started doing like covers and mashups where I brought different cultures together. So I
Right.
did like English
Yeah.
songs plus South Asian songs, and then I was scouted by a producer in the British Asian scene, and he helped me make original music in that. And that's when I was like, okay, this is who I am, bringing these different cultures onto Western pop, R&B.
So what they
hip-hop
gave you,
beats.
who's the producer?
Shay?
Shay, okay.
Shay? Yeah,
Shay.
yeah.
So what, he brought you the belief in that you can show both sides of it
Yeah,
as
so
well.
he actually produced Know About You, Legacy, and Shelly Man.
Was that a hard conversation to have? Were you opposed it? Were you like, no,
No,
this is what I want to
actually,
do?
I think I knew this is like, yes, I hadn't been releasing it before, but that's probably because I didn't have the right people to work with.
Right.
So when Shay came and he was like, he can produce for me, that's when I was like, okay, that's perfect, because this is the kind of music I want to make. I just didn't have anyone to do it for me, and now he's here.
So now you're releasing music at 16. What's your family like? We're brown families, man. They're brown families. They're like, you know, what are you doing making me? I don't know. I'm a bit older now, so maybe it's different. Maybe now, if you've got a talent, families are like, go out there, put the, you know, go and do this. I don't know what they're talking like at home, man. But what was the family support like? What was that like?
Yeah.
You know, were they real? Were they saying, you know, money, like money, power, success? No, mate. Were they saying like money versus success? Like, how are you dealing with this all?
I am very, very grateful for the family that I have. My parents, my brother. Like, I have a very, very supportive family. And so they were the ones that put me into music in the first place. Like, we're not musically orientated as a family, but when they first heard me sing, they just put me into all these cultural stuff. So I started learning Carnatic Sangeetam, which is Indian South Indian classical music.
Yeah, your riffs are mad. Your riffs are mad. Your riffs are mad, I'll be honest.
Thank you, appreciate that. From the age of 4. And similarly, I was put into Bharatanatyam, which is Indian classical dance. And so I was just put into that cultural environment, into the arts from a young age. And then like I just started singing, like I'd listen to like Western songs, and I just started singing Taylor Swift and Bruno Mars and stuff.
Taylor Swift.
That was my first sort of exposure to the Western scene.
Come on.
And my mum actually, I think some sort of poster or advert to a competition came onto her Facebook feed, and she just signed me up. She was like, we need you to audition. And I auditioned the first time, unfortunately didn't get through, but I went again, and I didn't actually want to do it. I was like, I don't even know if I'm going to get through. Like, why am I doing this? And she was like, just do it. It's for fun. Just do it. And it all just started from there. I went to that... the second time round, I actually got picked. I performed, went to the next round, and I was scouted by an academy that was also a record label, because they were one of the panelists at the competition. So I didn't get through to the next round after that, but they took me and they were like, we have an artist development camp, and we'd love to develop you as an artist.
Crazy.
And that's where I learned a lot of my basics in terms of, you know, it's not just about singing, it's about portraying yourself as an artist, the whole package, you know, like, they're singing to it, but it's like speaking to an audience when you're performing live, or displaying yourself and how you look. Like, it's the whole package. Songwriting, for example, and then
so this was at 16?
This was actually at 13.
Oh. Like a child prodigy.
No, I wouldn't say that. But yeah, I started the development camp at 13.
So I'm guessing this is where all the confidence and the power
100%.
Started developing at a very young age.
If I just started performing live now, I would be so nervous. But it's because from about 13 was when I joined the camp, and then when I was about 15, they started putting me to perform at like family pubs every other week. Nice. And initially, I was scared to perform in front of a crowd. Like, I performed in front of a crowd before, but it wasn't like I didn't have to speak to the audience. I just had to sing and then get off.
Yeah.
But this time around, it was like you're doing a 30-minute set. How are you going to engage the crowd? You can't sing for 30 minutes straight. Yeah. So, and I had to do that, and I hated speaking to the audience, but now I love it. So it's like, I mean, I love it. I'll get nervous sometimes, but for the most part, I love doing it.
Yeah, I still get nervous all the time.
But so then I did that every other week, and that's what built my confidence. If I didn't have that practice to sing in front of people, I wouldn't be able to perform live as I do now.
I love that. Get the confidence out, become who you are, and then start putting out in the world. It's hard, man, because when you put your babies out in the world, man, like these little things you create in studios and put out to work, it's hard. So I really appreciate it. And I think, you know, again, I go back to Rani, the swag is ridiculous. Rika's dripping there, man. Absolutely killing it. You know, and I'm really proud of that as well. Now, I need to talk to you, right? Because, again, like I go back to Spotify, I went through your music. I sat there. I know Bilal, you've done a song in Bangla with him as well. And then I heard you, like, and you just said now, you're singing in, is it Tamil or Malay or? I
can sing in 10 different South Asian languages. So I can list, like, off the top of my head, it's like Tamil, Telugu is my mother tongue.
Yeah.
Malayalam, Kannada, Hindi, Punjabi, Marathi, Gujarati, Odia is my mom's mother tongue. I'm missing one language, I don't know which one I'm missing, but yeah, and then plus English. So yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I need to get some phrases.
Oh no, I can't speak in the languages. I can just sing in them.
Really?
So like,
how?
Because like music actually has no language. Like I really don't believe that music has any language.
Sound,
and
isn't
so
it?
like it's just I just listen to the phonetics and then I grasp it. It's just like how people sing along to like Spanish music or K-pop and stuff like that. You just kind of grasp it without even understanding what it means. And so I went like after school, I did a 10 language mashup. We were stuck in lockdown. I was like, what better can I do than like explore different things? And this is when I like learned like my love for South Asian language, like just South Asian music just grew beyond ever. And so I did this 10 language mashup on top of one of Badshah's beat, Genda Fool. Like that was in Bengali. Yeah.
Love that.
So that was
yeah.
Exactly. So I heard the beat and I was like, this sounds so familiar, and I was able to get different songs from different languages. Just because I listen to so many different languages in general, like movie songs.
I don't know what the count is, but I know that's a South Indian drum count.
It sounded like it, right? And the second I heard that, I was like, Rowdy, like, I don't know if you've heard of Rowdy Baby, which is a Tamil song, but it just sounded like the exact same
That's
beat.
my favourite word, rowdy.
Rowdy. But yeah, it sounded like the exact same beat. So I was like, okay, let me try get more languages in this. And then I have family friends that speak these different languages, so I'd ask them for suggestions, and I'd like listen to a few songs and see if I could think of anything. And the key thing was making sure my pronunciation was right. I didn't want to be saying some gibberish, right? So I'd get each of the lines like checked with these family friends to make sure I'm pronouncing it correctly, recorded it, and then and then the video to it is quite cool. I mean, now looking back, it's a bit amateur because I did shoot it, edit it all myself.
You gotta be real, man.
Yeah, I mean, now people shoot and edit for me, but back then I was shooting, editing everything myself. And so when I saw that, like, when I was doing it, I was like, it was like a month's project. My mom helped me dress up in like each different regional outfit. Yeah,
What's Mum's name, by the way? I just call her Mum. Shout out Shivani. You absolute it's always the mums.
No, I could not go to a single shoot without her. But yeah, for this 10 language mashup, she like dolled me up in each of the she dressed me up in each of the regional outfits. You'll see if you see the video, like it's like I did an outfit like relevant to that region. And then we shot the videos, and that's how I realized I can sing in 10 different languages. And now the languages I most commonly sing in is Hindi, Punjabi, Telugu, and Tamil. And English, of course. But those 4 I sing in a lot.
That's pretty sick, though, man. I try and rap in Chinese.
How'd that go? I want to hear some now.
No, man, it sounds so racist. I don't only do it on my own in the car. It's not for beep, cut. It's not happening. No, that's pretty amazing. I love the fact that I think like what you said about sound and how it manipulates and it travels and transcends is absolutely amazing. Your riffs, though. Well, let's go back to the Carnatic style, right? Your riffs are mad.
Thank you. I didn't think they were that good, but thanks.
I heard it was like one, because all coming in, because I sat there and I was trying to work out, because I heard so many different languages, right? I sat there and I was trying, as you do, you're brown, innit?
Yeah.
But the first question everyone asks you, yo, bro, where are you from? From East London, bro. No, where are you really from, bro? Where are your parents from? So it's always the question that goes on. So then naturally, I started thinking the same thing when I was listening to music.
Yeah.
I was trying to work out where you're from.
Yeah.
And I think there was one song, I can't remember, even if it was one of the melodies or something, the way you tailed off at the end, just sounded like it had something in it. Now, I don't know if you know what song it is. I'm going to find it. I'll find it. I was listening to it yesterday. It's on my history.
Okay.
I'll probably cut it in now. Insert now. We were talking about how a lot of people, you said when you were, the come up as we talk, right? When you were new, right? You've been doing it since 16, right? Some people might not have discovered you yet. Like I think some of our audience here at Lyca Radio, some of them have not heard. I'll be very honest, they've not heard as well. So they're discovering. But when I was talking to you as well, you said it's kind of hard because you don't know what part of your career you're in right now.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that? How do you work through that?
I mean, obviously everyone has doubts, right? And like it's a mental strength that you've got to sort of build, and it's something I'm still developing. I'm not saying I'm there yet.
Right.
And I think a big strength and pillar to that is my dad. He is always motivating me. He's like, he helps me sit back and just be like, look at how much you have achieved. Just take it out that bit more, sort of thing. And I think it is good. It's like, I think it's trying to see how far you've come so far, and like you don't realize, but in a year there's actually been huge differences, and it's being able to pinpoint those things and saying, okay, look, I've done this much in a year, let me just go a few more years and like maybe I'll be where I want to be. Well, I hope I will be where I want to be. And I think it's just sticking it out that further, and the fact is, because you love it, you continue to do it, and that's the biggest.
Can I stop you from it? Holiday makers. We'll go back to the bit, say, continue to do it, and if you love it, continue to do it if you love it. Yeah, sorry, planes,
Oh, good.
holiday makers. I'm jealous because I got a holiday this year. But so yeah, you're saying continue to.
Yeah, and I think if you love something so much, you just continue to do it. And for me, it's always been about consistency, perseverance, and do I love it? If those three things are there, you'll make it eventually. There's no reason not to.
Yeah.
And I know I'm saying this right now, but I actually need to put that into my head a bit more. Like I say it, and then I'm like, what if? But I think it's just no one's perfect. Everyone's
No, but I think we've all got to talk. You know, if anyone has that arrogant appeal, they think they made it. No matter who you are, you're always thinking like, you know, I don't know, some of the best rappers, some of the best. Like Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
You know, she doesn't have to put the effort into the shows, but she's putting effort in more and more to shows.
Yeah.
Because
she loves it. And she loves it.
And she wants to be better at it.
Yeah.
You know, we're perfectionists. And I get that vibe from you. You know, you're talking to me about one of the first videos, 10 different languages, 10 different things. Mate, I'm too lazy. Someone goes, you know, the boss that messaged me, Raj Bannon messaged me. He's like, you need to do a reel for this new shoes. I'm like, geezer, I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered to shave. I'm so tired. It's like, so it's a lot of effort. You know, it's a lot of effort. And when you're telling me to you edit it as amateur, you edited it. Those are the things I think when you look back and you look at Rani, like we go back to, again, Rani feels like a stamp.
Yeah. And that is the attention behind it. I wanted it to be a stamp.
It's a stamp. I am not a newcomer. I am Saloni and I'm in this goddamn thing. I sat there, I was watching there, right? And I sat there and I thought, we have this own conversation. Who are the females? Right? It's the same thing. It's always a conversation, especially in 2024. Who are the females? Are we representing right? Are we doing the right things?
Yeah.
What are we doing? Are we selling a product based on... Should find a spot in the thing when it's clear in the schedule. So loud as well, man.
I mean, you can always get the audio edited to...
Nah, it's not so bad. I've heard it between, but so I've always had this conversation, like, who are the females in the industry? And there was a lack of it. Like, look, shout out Tasha Tar, shout out Selena's, shout out...
Selena Sharma, Bambi Baines.
Bambi Baines. You know, they're doing it very well. Bambi's been about, you know, she's gone with the Bhangra market as well as Retro Rari, you know. There's a lot of stuff going on. Who are the females? Tasha Tar's moved on. I think she's moving to other things as well. But these people have got careers. They've got established careers. I always think about who's being inspired and who's the new breed. And it's the same with artists. You know, I love Zach, I love Origins, I love these guys.
Yeah.
But I want to see the new ones. Even with the rappers, like, you know, I DJ with Rackstar, I DJ with Humble Pie, all the rappers and stuff as well. But who are the new breeds that are coming through? And so when I see artists come through, and I'm so proud, and like I go on about it, when I see you put that stamp down and like, I'm here, it's a very big move and it's a very big statement, you know. And I feel honoured to have you in here and talk because I think it's going to be mad. Which leads me on to the future. What are the plans now?
There are lots of music to come, more than people think and quicker than they think. And yeah, I'm not going to say too much. But
what's the vibe going to be? Because this is where I'm interested.
What's the vibe going to be?
You had H Starmy, you had a Punjabi track. Yeah. You've done a Bangla track, right? You've dropped this moody ass Farooq track. That's like Farooq type beat, like a YouTube Farooq type. But it's this, Rani, what's going to happen now is does the soul sound change for you? So what's the future sound of Saloni going to be? Like, is it going to be something new, fresh? Are we going to come out with a piano tune, an Afrobeat tune? Are you going to go full on love Bollywood? Is it going to be a mad Bangla beat? Are you going to be like, what's next? And give us something. You can't say just watch. Give me something.
Okay, well, Rani was definitely different to all my other tracks, and I think it will continue to be one of the standout ones that's different to my usual. Just because hip hop, I love listening to it, but I don't know how much I can give to it. Like maybe as a feature and stuff like that. But as a solo track, I think this was like that one that stood out. But all my other tracks, I am a pop R&B girly, so a lot of my stuff will be R&B like.
Yep.
Chelime, obviously everyone's heard, it's already like Latino sort of reggae vibe. But yeah, I mean, what's coming is, I'd say, more R&B stuff.
Right.
There is going to be one that is more heartfelt in the sense that it's like a letter to my younger self sort of vibe.
Oh, beautiful.
Letter to my younger self / like letter to myself in general.
Yeah.
And to any other, young girls striving for their dream. I mean, I feel like a lot of my music is already that, but I think this one is a bit more heartfelt and a bit more emotional.
It's a letter to your younger self.
Yeah, sort of vibe. And I mean, I actually wanted to eventually do an album where I bring all of these 10 different languages that I can sing in, and bring that to just show the unity of South Asian culture. Not there yet. We'll do one day.
Right.
But as of now, I think I'm just kind of whatever languages I can grasp, put together different collabs on the way, and yeah, lots more to come.
Oh, love this. Right, so only a few little throwaway questions that I've got for you now as well.
Go for it.
If there was one song out there that you wish you sang.
As like I was a singer.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And this is no hate to the person that sang it. This is purely like, when you say, because like I sit there, Man in the Mirror, Michael Jackson, I wish I sang that. It came to my head, I don't really like I could have done it no justice. But, things like that. Any song that you wish you'd sang?
I've actually never thought of that before. One song I wish I sang. I'm gonna go with Akhlada Jave.
Ooh.
Because loads of people think that sounds like me. Like I'll sing it and then they'll be like, "You sound like the original singer. That's the singer sounds like you." And I'm like,
"Give me
okay,
a bar.
cool.
Can you give me a bar?"
Okay.
Akhlada Jave.
Yeah.
Trying to remember the shit.
Do you want me to sing it? Should I sing it?
Oh yeah. We're gonna kill it. Don't show me up. Don't show me up.
Okay, cool.
People are rude.
Jo akhlada jave, sari raat neend na aave, mainu bada tadpaave, dil chain kahin na paave, paave, paave. Jo akhlada jave, sari raat neend na aave, mainu bada tadpaave, dil chain kahin na paave, paave, paave.
Saloni, it's been a real pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much for coming in and speaking to me today.
Of course.
We're going to go off here. If you're thinking, why do I have decks set up, by the way? We're going to do a live thing. I'm a DJ, so I thought it'd be cool to bring decks down, but I don't really know what I'm going to do. I'll press play, and I'll do a little dance. But we're going to get a little live video with you now as well, on the balcony, on the terrace. Work in progress for a name. We'll work it out one day as well. But it's been a real pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me.
For people that are not following our socials, what's your names on the Instagram and where are you most active?
Sure. So I'm Saloni _music, SALONI_music, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, all that shazams, all that shit.
All that beep.